Hello! Today we're going to talk about the future. Specifically, the sweet mercy, what if that one exceptionally random and minor thing fails and crashes the whole structure that I've built my life and assumptions on? And why, dear Bacon Brain, why did you dredge this thought up just as my body was softly crash landing into sleep? Also, goodbye sleep! That future. In other words, the sleep deprivation domino worry effect future. Worse than any night terror or sleep paralysis. It usually happens that one forgettable and vaguely important detail lodges itself in my brain at some point during the waking hours. Of course I mean to follow up, and I will. However, if the day is too rushed and things get pushed around, or if the detail is a bit too scary to tackle immediately, my brain likes to store that juicy morsel for its nighttime snack. It chews and it spits it out, and then it chews some more when there is nothing to be done about the thing. Sure, I can write it down and tackle it in the glorious light of day, or, I can keep feeding it with every possible what-if scenario, each more horrific and unlikely, not that it feels that way, than the last. All in an honest, fear-based attempt to be prepared for when the inevitable worst comes to pass. Man, I've grown so many Audreys up in here. Being prepared. I don't know, it kind of feels responsible, like making sure all the bills get paid and all the ducks are in their rows. But I think there is a line. I cross it all the time, although a lot of people don't. They don't venture into the badlands of the mind. Man, those people are so grounded. The line separates healthy fear and preparedness from paranoia. That may sound extreme, but hear me out. Healthy worry means I'll get the task done, and then function in my other day-to-day projects and bigger dreams. I am able to mentally say, there is nothing I can do about it right now. I've made a decision to tackle it in the morning or at X time, and then be done with it. Do it and then move on, knowing it is out of my hands. It takes me so much practice to get to this serene place of non-worry. Paranoia, and maybe there's a better word for this, has me obsessing about that one minor detail and its trickle-down effects for hours, days, and weeks. Every decision I make revolves around what may or may not happen with it. I can't do my work easily, and I'm most certainly not chasing after my dreams, because I can prioritize immediate fabled security over possible future success all the time. Also, ulcers. Those are a physical reward for my imagination at times. One of my favorite brain snacks is teeth and dentist. This is a pretty new thing, mind you. Never had this fear as a kid. Thanks, growing up. Okay, but here's an example. Every time I'm about to fall asleep and my teeth feel not normal, I already have myself in the worst possible scenario. Yeah, past experience plays a role 100% for sure. But I skip past the maybe this is normal, maybe it's nothing, and head right on down the road to root canal. Or better yet, pull the teeth and get implants. Who am I, Scrooge McDuck? And finally, dentures! Because if one tooth feels odd, you know the rest will shortly as well, so let's just get this whole thing taken care of in one fell swoop. Also, dentures would probably be easier? But seriously, how will I pay for all of this and buy my cat babies their food? Also, how will I eat in my new dentures? Do I have to buy a special glue or something for them so they won't fall out? Better Google it after I've already self-diagnosed what the tooth pain could be and read every horrible dental story ever on forums from 2010. Because that's helpful. So in this mess of brain activity, my paranoia game is strong. My imagination is full-blown creative, and I'm pretty much useless. Imagine if this paranoid creative brain was firing on all cylinders for productive and cool things instead. The healthy, responsible brain activity would look something like this. This tooth feels odd, but I really need sleep. I need to function. If it hurts in a few more days, I will call a professional. No Google rabbit hole for me. But, like I said, practice. Making the really tough decision not to keep picking at the brain snack. And reminding myself that I made a decision not to pick at the brain snack every time I think of the brain snack. Why is all of this important? Why talk about worry and dreams? Well, for me, the closer I am to making something that I think is cool and in line with my soul, the more the underrealm of my mind tries to pull me back into its comfort zone. It's really hard to work on untried and maybe true things when the responsible, logical part of my mind is spinning webs to trap me in what it knows works. Part of it is conditioning, part of it is disposition, a majority of it is most likely dark magic. So, a solution? Just like sharing excuses to procrastination, Sharing fears with trusted friends and confidants helps to take the bite out of them. Yeah, some have merit, but no, not everything is out to eat you. Even writing down some of the darkness helps to dispel the hold it has. Seeing it in writing can also be hilarious. Not to mention, you've got a great start on that campy horror novel. I mean, who's to say that carefully laid out plans will work out anyway? Not to add more worry to the plate, but trust that you are adaptable and will respond with aplomb and ingenuity when whatever comes down the mountain comes down the mountain. We've made it this far in life and we're still kicking. Okay, worrywart, stop that worrying! You are not alone! Go out there, eschew ulcers, and make your thing.